What is going on, everyone? And welcome in to another episode of Expected Bets for your go-to podcast for all things hockey betting. I am Gator Betting, joined by my two co-hosts, as always, Gretzky Betskis and Franco the Banker. Guys, I think we're all a little bit down today. Not only because the slate just sucks, but also, last night, I feel like every bet that I had didn't go my way. I got killed last night, and I feel like that was kind of the consensus around the NHL.
Yeah. Ugly night. So many plus money lines too. And I guess we should have known, but the matchups were so good too. It wasn't like you're getting McDavid at 2 points for minus 105 against, I don't know, Winnipeg or something, or like a team that's like really tough defensively. And granted, like Tampa can shut it down, but like that just looked like it was going to be a goal fest. And then,
they were missing Sorelli and Chernak too. So
yeah,
two defensive pieces overall.
Yep. And then like, I'm just looking back at some of these scores. Philly Columbus was probably an all right one to tap into, but the Columbus side was a little wonky. Carolina didn't just go out right and just dominate the Sharks. Yeah, that was tighter than it probably should have been. Looks like the Calgary Nashville game would have been actually a good one to jump into, but I don't think anybody circled that. And then
who would ever bet those two teams?
Yeah.
The least trustworthy teams in the league.
The only thing that
Toronto,
jumped out was
New Jersey 2-1.
Yeah, Toronto had 6 shots going into the third period.
Yep.
Well, Seattle was also held pretty much without a shot for the longest time too. I don't think they even eclipsed 20 last night.
Yeah, I think they were at 18.
Yep.
So it's like if you went hard on the St. Louis and Vancouver game, even though Hughes didn't have a point, right?
Nope.
So there's a good chance you would have been screwed by that. Thomas, Kyrou, all this Blues guys did well. Patterson, DeBrus did all right. I know DeBrus shots hit. If you went heavy on Minnesota and Utah, but were smart enough to avoid Cooley and Kaprizov points, you would have probably done okay.
Yeah, but who's avoiding those?
Exactly. That's
and
the problem.
You had to just do Oldie and Rossi on one side and maybe Faber shots. And then you had to take only Winnipeg. And then Calgary, Nashville, you could have gone fun with it, and Philadelphia. And like that was like that's your menu of options.
Yeah, Winnipeg, all puck line minus 6.5. That would have hit.
Yeah.
That
multi-point games for all the top
sure.
six.
Yeah, that definitely felt like an over game. That felt like an over game for sure. If of all those games on the slate.
Yeah, weird
actually,
night.
even Nashville though, like Marchessault and Forsberg had a point. Marchessault had the goal on that.
I think Forsberg
had
shots,
2 goals.
Right?
Forsberg got his shots. But if you were on Yossi, you were toast. Wow, there I go.
Oh, Russ. Well, we'll get to this team in a second.
They're trying to silence me.
Yeah.
Can't silence me forever.
Yeah, we'll change your name to Alex Jones over there. They're trying to block you out, Betsky.
Yeah. All right, we're going backwards now.
Yeah, weird night. But I guess tonight should be interesting as well. We can get into this first game. We have the Rangers taking on the Sabres. The Sabres are plus 124, Rangers minus 148, total set at 6, juice the over at minus 115. There's a number in this game. It's a triple digit number that I want to see if you guys can guess it.
420.
700. Zibanejad's 2 points shy of 700 career points. He needs 1 assist for 400. He needs 1 goal for 300. Panarin's playing his 700th game tonight.
Whoa.
Number of the night, 700.
All right.
Yep. Does it mean anything? No, absolutely not.
No.
The only thing, so Zibanejad 2 points is interesting. I'll just start off with this. He's hitting 4 of his last 5, hitting 4 of his last 5 versus Buffalo, 5 of his last 7 overall. The issue for him is he's a home dog here. He's hitting 8 of his last 15 at home, only 5 of his last 12 on the road this season. Both these teams are kind of in complete disarray at the moment. Sabres have lost 6 or 7 straight right now. The Rangers are 2-8, 2-9 in their last 11. They look like shit. It's going to be Shesterkin and UPL and net tonight. In terms of a side, I don't know where you go with this. I don't know how anyone feels comfortable backing either side. The Sabres did put a beat down on the Rangers earlier this season at MSG. So I guess if you're looking for a revenge angle, that would be it. But again, I don't trust any side in this game at all. I don't know if you guys feel.
Yeah, something stinks in New York right now, or New York City more specifically. Watching that Chicago game, it's not even that they look bad. It's like they look. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a rebuilding team as they're starting to turn the corner. Like they're a little, like they look like they almost got it going, but they aren't quite there yet. But these are some of the best players in the entire league.
Yeah, they're the regular season champs last year. They have the banner to prove it.
I mean, Panarin looked all right. He was trying to fire. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it.
It's sync.
Almost, yeah. And like really bad puck luck, I guess. But
it's not like their shooting percentage is 19th, which again, it's like if it was like 26th, 27th, you could kind of say they're just not getting the bounces, right? But at this rate, that's not the issue. It's weird. Shesterkin hasn't he's been better as of late, I guess, if you want to say that. But to start the year, he wasn't good.
And now are they all pissed about what happened with Trouba?
I mean, I think the way it was handled was not ideal, and I don't think anybody on the inside of that team feels like good about their place. How can you?
Mm-hmm.
Usually captains don't get traded like that, and then I mean, he was just named captain last year. It's not like he's been the captain for years and years or anything like that. So it's bizarre. You got to wonder what's going on there. It doesn't feel right.
No, the organization doesn't seem like they know what to do either with it. Obviously, Trouba going is kind of, you could say, the first domino falling of things to come. If this doesn't turn around quickly, it looks like their head coach is going to be the next domino that falls. Mm-hmm. But you just don't know what to do. You just paid your superstar goaltender all that money, and nothing seems to be working for them right now.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Anyways,
and then you have Buffalo on the other hand too, right?
Buffalo a train wreck.
It's 2 train wrecks tonight. Yeah, they've lost 7 in a row.
What?
Came off 7 in a row, I believe.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that bad. I feel like they
no, Betsky, it is bad. It
was good for like a minute. That they had that West Coast trip where they were like looking good and they were winning games, and you're like, oh, this team's good.
And then
now,
they started a 5-game homestand. They lost all those.
Utah beat them.
Yep. Killed them. They've given up leads. They just give up leads in the third period. It's ridiculous. They don't know how to hold the lead. It's gotten absurd at this point. The lineup keeps changing.
I mean, should we be looking at an over here then when it really comes down to it with just
at 6? It's probably at minus 115. But again, I mean, the Sabres defensive unit is just atrocious.
Yeah.
I thought you guys fixed it with Connor Clifton.
Oh, we don't say that name in this household. We can just get into player props here because I don't think anyone's really feeling that confident in the side or total. I guess I would lean the over in this one. I think that's where kind of we all stand. Kulich is out tonight, so that's kind of with Greenway returning to the lineup like we talked about before the show. Franco, he's not going to get his run. He's obviously been a shots on goal machine. He's hitting 9 of his last 10, each of his last 6, 9 of his last 10 at home. This was a great spot for him too, since the Rangers ranked 29th in shots on goal allowed to forwards. Zucker is a lone bright spot for the Sabres. I'd say he's got a point in each of his last 4.
But they keep dropping him down the lineup.
Cool.
They do, which is insane.
He was on the top line two games ago. Then he went to the second line last game, and now he's on the third line today. I keep circling his prop. I had it circled last game, and I moved off it because I saw he got bumped down. I don't know how the hell you can take it today. Now he's on the third line. It's just ridiculous. What the hell's going on? It's like reverse. Why would a guy on a 4-game point streak be bumped down to the third line?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
get it. Interesting note though, Peterka has some sort of hatred towards the Rangers. He's hit his point in each of his last 6 games against them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, look at his goal prop.
So I don't know where that stems from. Yeah, he's got a goal in 4 of those games. Cooley, nice. I guess, is a look for. Yeah, Cooley's a look for
on the top line.
The Rangers tonight. Yep.
But why is he plus 100 for a point?
Because the Sabres stink, and because Shesterkin's a good goalie.
But Alex Tuch is minus 150.
Yep.
That's still relatively low for him, isn't it? I guess he's.
Bro, Peterka has 1 point in his last 10 games. That's why.
There you go. Yep. But what line was he on last game? Was he on this line last game?
Yeah, I didn't talk about recent history. I just said his vendetta. I just said his vendetta against the Rangers. I didn't talk about his recent history. Don't get me there.
He did play on a line with him last game.
I guess Cooley's hitting 7 of his last 10. He's hit in 5 of his last 6 road games, and he had a point in their last matchup this season. So if you're expecting the Rangers to score, which I am, I don't think it's a terrible look. And you're getting plus money on that. I want to trust
Cooley, and then I just look at the lineups, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can do it. Like
every time I take him, he doesn't hit. It feels
so you took him against Jersey and Pittsburgh and Edmonton.
Yeah, I've hit on him once out of like the 4 times I've taken him. And like everybody else goes off usually when I take him. It's great. Love it.
There is an interesting prop though. Owen Power over 1.5 shots on goal. With Dahlin out, he has become that guy. He's hit in each of his last 2 games since Dahlin has gone out, and his shot attempts have kind of followed suit. I don't mind him tonight. Like I said, I would try to find a Sabres forward, since the Rangers give up the most shots on goal to forwards this season. But where do you look there? Tuch, Thompson, Peterka. No one's really. What?
Maybe Peterka tries to step up this game.
So since Peterka was on the second line against Winnipeg, I'm going back a little bit here to try to figure out when he got bumped up. But yeah, he got bumped up to that top line against Detroit that last game, and he only had 1 shot. So there you go. It's the Taze show on the top line.
Yeah. I mean, Jason Zucker, though, his shots have popped as of late. He's hit in each of his last 3 games. He had 4 shots on goal on 6 attempts, 3 on 5, and then 5 on 9. He's hit in 3 of his last 5 versus the Rangers, and he's hit in each of his last 3 at home. Obviously, those last 3 games were at home. So that's a look. But, I mean, you're really going down the list here to try to find any props in this game.
It's brutal.
This game sucks.
I feel like we're trying to find, like, gold in a pile of shit.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I found one.
All right. Let's hear
it. What about just like Lafreniere point? Minus 113. He missed last game. He's better at home, but it has 4 out of his last 10 against Buffalo, on a line with Panarin. And you said it's Panarin's 700th game.
Maybe.
I'm not going to take it.
His shot attempts are up.
I don't want to take anything in this game.
Big time. But
it's advantage had 2 points to get his 700.
Yeah, you know what? I may take that. Fuck it. Last point.
I have one more that kind of popped. Was Riley Smith 2 shots?
Yeah,
been good recently, but his home road splits are like kind of shit. So I don't know.
I don't mind that look too. I mean, Sabres first period, Rangers full game. Sabres have gotten onto hot starts as of late. And he does make a good point. If Buffalo does score first, look for the Rangers. I mean, Sabres can't hold the lead to save their lives. So I don't hate that.
We spent 15 minutes on the first game. Should we move on to the second one?
Let's get the hell out of here.
Please. All right. Yeah. I think this game has at least some props worth talking about. So Anaheim travels to Ottawa to take on the Senators. The Senators are minus 250. Anaheim plus 205. Total is set at 6. Minus 112 to the over. These teams did just play on December 1st, where Anaheim beat the Senators 4-3 in a shootout. I think Ottawa rebounds tonight. They've been much better at home this season. They're 8-6-1 at home compared to 4-7-1 on the road. The Ducks have struggled on the road this season as well. Actually, they've been better, so I take that back. But I think this is a spot for the Senators. I don't mind Ottawa in regulation at minus 140. That's probably going to be one of my bets tonight. I think they come out hot and they get some revenge against the Ducks, who they just played a little over 10 days ago. So that's how I'm approaching this game. And then I have one more player prop. But any plays in the side or total for you guys?
Yeah, to me, this is like the game to just kind of craft a little same game parlay. Ooh, have fun, Russell.
Yeah. All right. Let's try to cook something up for Russ tonight.
I mean, like Vetrano at 3 shots looks fantastic. And him and Brady get into it last game. Like Brady at home at 4 is always pretty solid. You get him at 4.5 tonight at plus 105. He had 12 shots against them last game.
Do you worry when you have a game like that, especially recently, that it's like a fall off that you see in that next game?
It depends, and the game, the last game got real chippy, and if you remember those 2 Detroit games last season where there was like the Larkin injury in one, and the whole game exploded, Brady just went ham the next time around. Okay. So I don't know. He's like such a fiery player. I'm not as concerned with it, but
I just worry because his chart is so up and down in general. Like when you look at him, it's like 12, and then
but put him down to 4.
Yeah, down to 4 looks better. And honestly, like I wanted to take Batherson, was like the guy I wanted to target because he's one away from a goal milestone. I forget what it is, 100 or whatever. But and his charts look decent. But then you look and it's like against right wingers, I believe Ottawa's or Anaheim, it defends well. It's like they rank like 18th overall, and then away they're like 31st. It's like they're not a team to target. And then you switch to left wing, it's like they're 3rd or 2nd or 1st, depending on how you're looking. So everything points to Brady being the look. It's just I'm kind of worried with his just up and downness, I guess. That's all.
So I have a same game parlay that does involve Sanderson. You could take the Ottawa Senators money line and Jake Sanderson 2+ shots on goal. That's going to be plus 106 on DraftKings. Use promo code THPN for $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. That's promo code THPN. So the reason I like Sanderson, 2+ shots on goal tonight. Anaheim ranked 32nd in shots on goal allowed this season. They give up the 4th most shots on goal to defensemen. Sanderson has hit this margin in 8 of his last 10 overall, 4 of his last 5 for a shorter span. He's covered in each of his last 4 games versus Anaheim, and he's 12-15 covering this mark at home. So Sanderson, 2+ shots on goal. Ottawa Senators money line plus 106.
That's fantastic. I like the value there a lot.
Yep. I think that's going to be probably my only play tonight.
BZE, anybody? Some big Zellweger energy?
Only question is Ottawa defends well, but last time I tried to fade like Adam Larson against them. I went under on his shots, and he had like 3 in the first period, and I threw up all over the place because it was ridiculous.
Also, it's just that, I mean, Zellweger at this point is really the only offensive defenseman on that team right now. So, and he probably gets a little bit more liberty now that Trouba's there, right? Are they on the same line? Repair?
I don't know that we've gotten updated lines from them.
Oh, no, Trouba's with Cam.
Yeah, but it's projected, though.
True. But anyways, he's on the top power play, and Ottawa, can get a little testy.
Yeah.
But definitely like him at 1.5 regardless. But yeah, I really like that Sanderson play. Again, I think this is one of those games you could probably mix and match some points from your top guys like Terry, Batherson. I know they're all juiced, and then throw together some shots, maybe water them down a little bit and be able to cook a nice same game parlay for it. But The way things are going, though, you never know.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen? Both these games are going to be bonanzas where everybody
Yeah.
hits, and we're just on the sidelines watching with
we're going to be licking our lips for tomorrow, and then it's going to just be a bloodbath again.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, if you do think, let's say, Sabres, Rangers, because it's going to be a bonanza, the shots on goal leader is also a pretty interesting market to take a look at, right? Thompson's at 4-1, Panarin's at 5-1, Tuck is at 850.
I kind of like Panarin.
Panarin at 5-1, and even Thompson you could sprinkle too at 4-1. Yeah, he did shoot a ton.
Yeah.
It'll be Kreider this time, Gator.
It will be. Yeah, he's at 11-1 tonight. But I mean, there is some value there in that market, so maybe take a look at that. But yeah, Ottawa Senators money line, Sanderson 2+ shots on goal plus 106 on DraftKings.
Really like
That's
that.
all I got. Do you want to just use that as our parlay for tonight?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't mind
all
that.
Right.
That might be one of my only plays tonight too.
Yeah.
But before we move on, can we talk about how DraftKings keeps dropping these ridiculous point props? Tonight they have Sam Carrick for 3+ points at plus 3,000.
It's awesome. I love it. It's just like, I dare you.
Yeah.
I dare you.
Please.
It's awesome. It's so cool.
I keep noticing.
Wasn't it like Connor Murphy had a shots on goal prop the other night, and the only option was 7? And it still was only like plus 12.
But they also have like Adam Edstrom to record 1 point at plus 475. It's just like, why the hell are they dropping these random players like that? Like, he's a fourth liner, but they won't let you bet his under, of course, because that would be just.
It's like the
free.
Interns started making the lines.
There's messing with us.
Love it. And yeah, Russ is going to the game tonight. Got his tickets through Game Time. Shout out Game Time. Nice. New customers can get $20 off their first purchase using code THPN. Be sure to check them out if you're going to any of the games like Russ's. So appreciate using the code. And yeah, hopefully that parlay hits tonight. Anything else before we move on? We spent 22 minutes on these games tonight, which is...
Only 7 more minutes than we said we would.
Yeah,
so
$10 USD. Love it. Love it.
There you go. Not a bad deal.
Wow.
No, that's a great deal.
So that was like what? 6 Canadian?
No, I think the Canadian dollar is more than the US.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
All right, let's move on to tomorrow.
Oh, look at that. Jesus.
Yeah, this is hopefully this helps you guys for tomorrow. I know Betsky loves when we break down 13 or 14 game slates for his research for tomorrow. So let's get into it. The Kings are taking on the Devils. The Devils are minus 148. The Kings are plus 124. Looking at this chart here, so the Kings are great against for shots on goal. So I would be careful targeting anyone on New Jersey tonight. New Jersey is also great against forwards. They're 30th in the league, but a few props that I do have, which kind of plays into this narrative. Quentin Byfield, under 1.5 shots on goal. I mean, this streak is insane.
Is it still going?
It's still going. He still has not covered this 1.5 shots on goal line, and he goes up against New Jersey, who ranks 30th in forwards. But New Jersey ranks 10th against defensemen, playing into that narrative of Brant Clark over 1.5 shots on goal is maybe a little parlay piece for tomorrow. That's what I was thinking. Kopitar over 0.5 point, and his assists as well look good. Kempe over 2.5 shots on goal. But again, New Jersey is pretty stringent to forwards. New Jersey does shoot a lot, which does kind of bode into an also narrative of Gavrikov over 1.5 block shots. It's still a bettable price. It's not at a parlay piece yet, and he has been hitting. So
is he 2.5 or 1.5?
He's at 1.5.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at
those
that.
are the looks I had in this game. I didn't know if you guys had anything else to add.
So I would just say in general, that top line for the Kings looks fantastic historically against them. So you can go like Kopitar assist. I don't know that his point's going to be bettable. It was like minus 148 last game, which is like right on the cusp. So we'll see where they hang it this time. But Trevor Moore's been on that line as well. He's also been pretty damn hot. So, and he's usually bettable, whereas Kempe and Kopitar are not. So you could run like a parlay with Kopitar and Kempe point, or run all three if you want to, or just take Moore straight because most likely he's going to be minus 110. So I like that. And Kevin Fiala looks really good as well. 2 goals, 4 assists in 4 games against them. So those are the 2 I had circled on the King side. And Timo Meyer on the Devils side has a good history against them. He's been a little cold recently. Only 1 goal in his last 3. He's shooting a lot more though recently.
Yeah,
so
his shots hit last night too.
Yeah, and he averages 4 shots on goal in across 9 games against them. 9 goals, 5 assists for 14 points in 9 games. So maybe he can kind of get off that little bit of a cool streak for him. I know he got to the 300 goal mark for his career a couple nights ago. So yeah, 9 goals against them in 9 games looks really nice. So maybe take his goal prop tomorrow.
Yeah, just kind of before we continue along here, we did mention Owen Power 2+ shots on goal is kind of the only angle, I guess we'd say, in that Sabres game that we kind of had any hope about, with Dahlin being out and him stepping up. I don't think we touched on Kreider shots on goal, though. I don't think anyone mentioned that, right?
Kreider's been a little up and down from my liking, but
I generally like him at home a little bit more too. But
yeah,
there's no reason why he can't get it.
Yeah.
And if you would expect the leaders to stand up right now or play a little bit elevated, but
yeah, the only play we had was Ottawa Senators money line and Jake Sanderson 2+ shots on goal at +106 on DraftKings. That's our parlay of the night. All right, next game up, Detroit at Philly. What's this? What is this? Philly -142, Detroit +120.
wow.
That's it.
Rightfully so. Detroit stinks.
Yeah, well, so do the Sabres because they just beat them. Detroit has given up a ton of shots on goal this season to forwards. They're 6th, and defensemen as well. They're 3rd for defensemen. So Joel Farabee, 2.5 shots on goal. Go back to him.
Is he going to let us down again? An egg?
Yeah,
that was ridiculous.
No. That was crazy, but he does pop. Tippett, 2.5 shots on goal is also interesting as well. And then Betsky, your Raymond Tage parlay hit the other night when they played. I think Raymond half a point is going to be a parlay piece, obviously, again, but that continues to roll. Maybe parlay him with Larkin. Larkin looked better in that last game. Scored the winning shootout goal. So he could be on the move as well.
Gator, are you going to drop the one that I know you know this one. Do you remember the guy that pops against Detroit for goals on the Flyers? Let's see.
Is it Bobby Brink?
No, it's somebody even like stupider than that.
It's Scott Lawton.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
I forgot.
All right.
Yep. So Scott Lawton has 6 goals in 8 games against them, 3 assists as well. On top of that, he's sitting at 98 career goals.
Oh, feed me it.
So
Scott Lawton,
I'm going to be taking his 1 and his 2+ goals tomorrow because that's the kind of stupid that I am. Betting stupid bets on stupid goal scorer props.
How many times has Scott Lawton been on your betting card this season?
0.
How many times?
There you go.
Yeah, they haven't played Detroit yet.
That's a tough one to explain to the wife of, honey, I'm putting the money on Scott Lawton tonight. And she's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Baby, lots.
Yeah. We're gonna have a good
if Mitch
Christmas tonight.
Point goes back to being bettable again, it was like -140 last game. I think it should be better than that because Columbus is worse defensively than Detroit, right? Theoretically.
No, I think Detroit is worse. Detroit ranks 28th in
but like
shots on goal against.
Let's put it
in
a sense.
perception.
That game was set at 6.5, like -120-ish. This is set at 6 at -118. So I'm thinking we get Mitch Cobb at -130, which I'll take that gladly.
Okay. Betsky,
connecting assist looks good too.
Yeah,
by the way.
I had that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
His point's a parlay piece too, if you want to play it safe.
Yep.
All right, next game up, we have the Penguins traveling to Montreal to take on the Habs. The Habs are +110, Pittsburgh -130 in this matchup. Raquel Point I think he missed his last game because I bet it, of course. Crosby point is going to be a parlay piece. His assist doesn't look bad either.
Doesn't he
Rust
destroy Montreal?
Yes.
With shots and points?
Yeah, Brian Rust point has looked good as of late.
Rust wrecks them too.
Yep.
On the shot front, I believe, but he's been a little bit less trustworthy there.
Line A point, if it's still bettable.
Oh yeah.
It just continues
I've been writing
to hit.
that since day one.
Lane Hudson point, maybe his assist, if that's still bettable. And then you could even do a little same team parlay with Suzuki and Caulfield. Both of them have been on fire as of late for their point. So that's all I have. Pittsburgh has been terrible against shots on goal this season. They're third to forwards and second to defensemen.
What?
Erik Karlsson shots.
Does he pop?
Montreal is 14th to defenseman. So yeah,
his assist looks good, but yeah, that's historically he averages 4 shots on goal across 7 games against them.
Yeah, so the old Ottawa days. Don't forget.
There you go. Also, I don't know if I'm going to do this, but typically, at least historically, Matheson has been really good against them.
Oh yes,
being a former Penn, he did miss the last time against them, and now he's bumped off that top power play unit, thankfully, because that gives us Hudson on the top power play. So I don't know if I'm going to go for it, but just something to bring up. His point prop and shot prop usually are pretty damn good against the Pens, but I'm definitely more in love with Hudson at this point. So give me his point. I think you're still going to get it at a good number. And probably going to grab his power play point again because that's just too good. You're muted, Gator.
Yep. Anything else? Sorry about that.
You're good. No, I mean, you brought pretty much everybody. Crosby looks really good as a parlay piece for a point.
Okay. Next game up, the Washington Capitals at the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets are plus 130, Caps minus 155. Total set at 6, split both ways. Cole Sillinger block shots over 1.5. It's looked pretty good. Washington's been firing lately, so I don't mind that. Monahan over 0.5 point. That's looked pretty good too.
You meant Severson, right? Block
you
shots.
Said Sillinger, block shots.
I had Sillinger and Fabro for block shots. Those are the two that jumped out to me.
They let you bet Sillinger? He's a forward.
I think they do. Pretty sure they did because I had it.
Sillinger 1.5 shots has been very good.
Yeah.
Did I may have mistyped that then instead of over 1.5 shots instead of block shots.
Or Severson. Severson usually blocks shots. So
no.
That's what I was.
So yeah, maybe it's Sillinger at 1.5 shots, not block shots. I had Fabro over 1.5 block shots. That was the guy.
Yeah, he's been money. He's been awesome.
Even Werenski, too, at that 1.5 block shot has been good. His assist and point are just cashing like crazy. He had a goal the other night, too. So don't mind him. Kent Johnson continues to hit. Voronkov point continues to hit. Marchenko 2.5 shots on goal. And then on the Washington side with Ovi out, Strome and Tom Wilson have been pretty good, too. So those are some looks I had in this one.
Shots or points?
Points for Strome and Wilson. Strome, I think, is a parlay piece at this rate.
Yeah. And then Chicken Shots has been.
Yep. Chikrin. There's another one, too. Another defenseman that popped for Washington.
John Carlson.
Not Carlson, right? Was it Carlson?
Maybe it was Carlson. Yeah. I don't think he's been bad lately either. Columbus allows the 13th most shots on goal to defensemen. So
the other two I
had like the most.
Yeah.
The other two I had were Prodas point. He's been pretty decent.
Oh yeah, he's
again finally. Yeah, which is cool. I mean, so if that's a good number, he's got 3 in his last 3 and actually has 8 points in his last 6 against Columbus. And then on the other side, I'm going to go safe for this time. So I bet Severson goal against Philly, and he blasted a shot from the point at the end of the game that got deflected by Johnson for a goal. It was originally graded as a goal for Severson, unfortunately for me, who thought I cashed a plus 800. But yeah, his point prop last game was plus 155, so I'm not going to be a greedy asshole this time. He has 7 points in his last 9 against Washington, so I'm going to go for that.
Wow.
I like it. It's not
and he's
bad
been
at all.
hot. He's been hot overall. I mean,
Severson?
yeah, 2 points in his last 3 overall, averaging almost 2.5 shots on goal along that stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I would look at Washington points too. They have the most goals for per game in the NHL this season, and Columbus ranks 31st in goals allowed per game. So Strome, Wilson, maybe go up and down that lineup and try to find some value for Washington. All right, next game up, Ducks at Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs minus 380, Anaheim plus 300, total set at 6. We talked about the Ducks earlier with a few player props that we liked, or honestly that we didn't like, but Toronto shots on goal. Anaheim allows the second most shots on goal to forwards, fourth most to defensemen. So that's what I had. Tavares,
but is Toronto
3.5 shots on goal.
6 times again?
Yeah, right. Tavares,
took the night
3.5
off.
look
You'd
pretty
think
good.
they would.
Yep. Marner and Matthews assist too. They've been hitting like crazy.
Marner Matthews, 1.5 points probably.
Yeah.
After such a stinker game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see if
Ducks
this is
on
a
a
letdown
back-to-back.
spot though for Anaheim or for Toronto. I mean, Anaheim's gonna be coming off a back-to-back.
Is
weren't partying in New
Gibson's
Jersey.
most likely playing tonight, right? And so that means we're gonna get Dostal tomorrow. So that's my
just
only
all
kind of.
saves.
Well, yeah, that. But I feel like you don't really want to bet like a lot of point props or overs and stuff when Dostal's involved. Typically, they stay under. So that's my only thing giving me pause. But Matthews 5 goals, 5 assists in his last 5 against them, which was just
Matthews 1.5. Then that's
pretty crazy.
All right, next game up, Chicago at New York. Islanders
please.
minus 192, Chicago plus 160, total set at 5.5, juice the under.
Can't do it.
Dobson assists have looked good as of late. Anders Lee point. Siplikov goal. I think he's hitting like 4 of his last 5 or 5 of his last 5, something ridiculous. But his points also bettable. Chicago's
that's not bad.
Yeah.
He's on the top line now with Horvat and Pajot.
Yeah, I had Pulock over 2.5 block shots, but Chicago ranks 30th in shots for per game, so that's out the window. But yeah, not much here.
Nelson 3 goals and 4 against them. Horvat 3 goals and 4 against them. So if you want to just go a little longer, that's where I go.
I like it.
But yeah,
San Jose at St. Louis.
Dude, this
Blues are minus
never ending for San Jose. My lord.
Yeah. St. Louis minus 218. San Jose plus 180.
St. Louis coming off a big win in Vancouver and having to go all the way back to Missouri.
You know they were out partying last night.
Oh, yeah.
That comeback win, overtime win.
Oh, yeah.
St. Louis already beat the Sharks this year. Twice.
The Sharks have been so bad, though.
But get this.
What? Well, I mean, yes and no. But they hung in the Florida game despite allowing 54 shots. Fair. Should not have been 3-1.
St. Louis beat San Jose 5-4 in OT on October 10th. Then they beat them again 3-2 on November 21st in a shootout.
So draw.
Yeah.
I mean, they played
Sharks plus 1.5. That's minus 148 though. That's.
I mean, Rob Thomas says probably right.
Yep.
And don't forget, Sharks traded their best goalie, and God knows what Gorgiev's going to do for this team, or if he's even going to begin starting for them already.
Yeah.
We can only hope. Buchnevich's assist looks really good too.
Yes, he has been fantastic.
Yep. Even his shots on goal at 2.5 have been pretty good too, since the Sharks allow the 4th. Yes. Sharks allow the 4th most to forwards and the most to defensemen. St. Louis also allows
going to be 3.5. So just see if the history is there.
Yep.
I mean, at plus money, it's probably going to be worth it. But he just got it against Vancouver, and again, who knows if this is going to be a little bit of a letdown spot for St. Louis. So that would give me pause.
Holloway point
and goal. Yeah.
On the third line though.
Don't care.
Oh yeah, he's
and his 1.5 shots on goal. That's also hit too.
And it's 2.5. I mean, just take it up to 3. He's pretty
Yep.
much been getting all the way there if he's going to do it. So
Neighbors missed last night, but he's been pretty good on that 1.5 shots on goal mark as well. On the Shark side, Celebrini 2.5. St. Louis allows the 9th most shots on goal to forwards.
Yeah, the Celebrini 3 shots has just been a literal cash cow.
Granlund over 0.5 point. That's also a bettable number as well now.
Minus 160. No, I'm just
yeah, that's gonna be minus 260. That's a mission for another day.
They did finally move it down. Move it down. I saw it was bad.
I think the person working at DraftKings got fired. The Sharks fan got fired, and they finally realized how overpriced it was.
Why isn't anybody betting on this?
Yeah. Yeah, why is the betting split 100-0 for his under at plus 170 every night? All right. Nashville at Dallas. Nashville plus 170.
Oh, wait.
Dallas
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, let's
Dallas minus 205. Total set at 6. Juice the under.
And who do we take for shots and points?
I have Robertson.
Sagan?
Wow, no.
No, he's out.
Come on.
Johnson?
On. No.
Robertson?
It's Nashville versus the Dallas Stars. Come on. You're almost there.
I feel like
keep on listing off top 6 forwards. No, Jesus.
Duchesne. Oh, there you go.
Oh, my
God. I've forgotten about Duchesne because
I was going to say, I've listed so many props tonight. My brain is fried.
Yeah.
Duchesne, I like that.
By Nashville.
Yeah. And he wanted to stay there. I forgot about that.
Yep.
So,
he wanted to be a country rock star.
His shots on goal is probably going to be at 1.5. So,
yep. Take it up to 3.
Yep.
Definitely take his point.
Yep. That's all. I didn't have any listed down for this game. I went through it last night too. And the only thing that kind of popped was Yossi shots on goal, but again, Dallas has been pretty. So
Robertson has 18 points in 12 games against them. That's why I brought Robertson. So 3.5 shots on goal averaged across that. Hence 12 points in 12. So that top line should be good.
Robertson's starting to pick it up again. Finally, I keep on kicking myself because I'll see his point at a bettable price or right around there, and
should be. It should I feel like Nashville games have been under for the most part, right? What's this total?
Yeah, but they're still generally a 5-goal game. So somebody's
3-2,
it's 3-2 games. Yeah. So
I like Robertson. If he's bettable again, I'm going to take it.
Next game up, Vegas at Winnipeg. Winnipeg minus 135. Vegas plus 114. Total set at 6. Split both ways. This one. Niederreiter, 1.5 shots on goal.
Yeah, I guess.
Morrissey point, his assist. Pionk over 1.5 as well.
Pionk shots. It's been but he missed last night, right?
I think so. Stone point.
Is Stone back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stone Eichel point parlay is pretty.
Even Eichel assist has been great as of late.
Kyle Connor assist looks really good as well. 8 assists and 10 versus them. Scheifele's been heating up in the goal market as well.
Scheifele, Connor, point parlay.
Yeah, Scheifele, Connor point. That's good too.
Yeah.
Barbashev point has also been pretty good as of late.
Yep.
Winnipeg has been pretty stingy against shots on goal this season, but they do allow the 6th most to defensemen.
No, they've been allowing a ton lately.
They rank 23rd in shots on goal allowed.
Recently or over the season?
This season.
Do recent. You know what? Maybe they dropped off. I may be thinking of the Rangers, but there was a point where Winnipeg was a top 10 team for shots allowed.
Yeah. I'd have to pull up the stats or check the last 10 somehow, but I don't have that in front of me. So
is Vegas better on the road now, or are they still trash?
They're much better at homes.
Still, right? I mean, Winnipeg at minus 135 feels pretty good.
Yeah, Vegas is 11-3 at home this season, but they're 7-4-3 on the road. Winnipeg at 10-3 at home, 11-6 on the road. So
yeah, that's a good look,
and
I think.
these teams just played. Vegas beat them 4-3 in Vegas on November 29th.
Yep. Give me Jets money line.
Yeah, I like
Jets.
that a lot. And
Yeah.
Winnipeg was kind of cold for a little bit there, and they seem to be kicked out of that.
Yeah.
And Winnipeg does allow the 10th most shots against, 11th over the past 10 games. So they do allow a lot of shots.
Yep.
Only problem is Vegas options aren't the best. Oh, but maybe Dorofeyev.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're looking at like defenseman, what are you going to go, Theodore?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't really trust any of their
No,
D-man.
you can't trust anyone on the defensive side of things. I
Yeah,
do
but it's
like
not
the
just
Jets
the
money line
defense.
though, minus 135. That's a
I'm
pretty
probably
good
going to
price.
lock that in tonight.
I was going to say, I have
I
a
may-
feeling
I-
that's
I
going to
may
move.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next game up, Edmonton at Minnesota. Edmonton minus 125. Minnesota the home dog in this one, plus 105. Total set at 6, minus 115 to the over. McDavid, 1.5 points. McDavid,
Yeah,
3.5 shots on goal.
Doesn't this
Draisaitl,
feel like this is going to
1.5
be a
points.
crazy game?
Yep.
Yeah, even though Minnesota hasn't been like an over team, really, but I think they've been better on the road as well. Their road record's better than their home record, I believe.
Spurgeon over 1.5 block shots. Edmonton ranks first in the league in shots for. Minnesota 19th in shots on goal against.
Ah. That's kind of interesting.
Marco Rossi point looks good as well. Boldy
Yeah.
at 3.5 has been hitting his lot lately as well. Skinner
Shots
at that
against Edmonton have been tough though.
Yes,
Yep.
that is very true. Skinner is now dropped down to that 1.5 shots on goal mark. It's a parlay piece at this point, but
I saw.
yeah. I don't know. Obviously, not as a straight. I would do some more research into it, but Minnesota does.
He is playing with Janmark and Henrique.
Sometimes it works though. You know,
I know.
Those guys on the third line. You don't really want them on a line with Draisaitl because Draisaitl shoots more. Well, it could shoot more in any given game.
I didn't realize, when did Arvidsson go out?
He's been out for a while, I feel like.
Yeah. No, I know he has because I haven't thought about him in forever, but
I feel like he's always injured, man. Kaprizov assist, 12 assists in 9 games against them. So that should be a nice plus number,
and
I would assume.
Podkolzin keeps scoring.
Yep. He's been pretty decent.
Minnesota does allow the 7th most shots on goal to defensemen. Maybe look at Bouchard.
Yeah, Bouchard.
I don't think he's been great as of late.
But he looks like he should be from Minnesota.
There.
He looks like he should be from the Midwest
see it,
and like smokes in his car during the winter with the windows up.
Windows
but he's
down.
not. He's not. No, windows up. It's cold. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he embraces it.
He doesn't care. Have you seen that face? He doesn't care. The dude looks like
creating alter egos for every player in the NHL.
He looks like he's 38. Look at his draft photo.
You'll have to share that one.
How do I share the screen?
Yeah.
This is not an 18-year-old. How do I do this? Here, did I just put it in the thing? Put it in as a banner or as in a graphic.
Overlay,
yeah.
Evan Bouchard.
Draft photo. Because we know he looks ancient now. Get the one where he's holding his puck up. He already has a 5 o'clock shot.
This is a side quest. I didn't think. Oh. Yeah, you're right.
Put it in.
All right, give me a second here.
Okay.
Any other plays in this one while I'm looking this up?
I like Boldy. I like Boldy goal as well. I know you're talking about shots, but 6 goals in 8 against them.
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
Anything?
Both of our teams could have drafted him. Oh no, I think he went before Philly and
I like
Utah.
Boldy a lot. He's a good player. I wish I had him on my team.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That one's pretty good too. That is not an 18-year-old man. And he looks like Trent.
He does look like Trent. I was going to say.
And then look at him now.
Oh man, that's too good. That is too good.
Yeah, Evan Bouchard draft photos. That's something I didn't think we'd be talking about
now.
tonight.
He's got a 5 o'clock shadow always. He's like 23.
Yeah, does not look 23.
He looks like 25. He looks like Cutler.
That's funny.
A little bit.
Him and Drysdale.
He does have a little bit of Jay Cutler in him. You're right. That's a good point.
Same thing. Permanent 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
All right. Before we pull up everyone's draft photo from the Oilers, next game up, Utah at Colorado. Colorado minus 192. Go ahead.
Real quickly about the Edmonton draft. I've been watching it for a very long time, and it's insane to see the owner Katz's son growing older. So if you go back to Ryan Nugent Hopkins draft year and see them on stage, he's like a kid and he's got this like goofy red curly hair. And now he is just like a complete this
guy. Yeah.
He's a giant.
Yeah.
If you find him from like 2012, though, he's just like this little baby, and it's so funny. And then, it just shows how old I am.
There you go, old man best.
Yeah. What a story arc. Looking at the Oilers redheaded kid, watching him age.
Cats with a K and a Z.
Utah, Colorado, Betsky. I made a note. I made a note on this game to kind of bring you some pain here. I believe you had always brought up that Colorado just owns this franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's been bad.
Yeah.
I think the last time they played, it was like 6-1 or something, and McKinnon 2 points, McKinnon shots probably. It's like kind of all stemmed from the playoffs. But the weird thing is, there's been random times that Arizona/Utah has just like owned them. But the over is where I would look in this for sure. I think that's part of it. That we look back at the history, and it was like 7 of the last 10 are not only over, like 13 goals.
Yeah, Kulik is in tonight, by the way.
Colorado and Reg is minus 120 as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
So,
Kulik.
Yeah, with Kulik in, I did have this play. Sanderson, obviously, I'm using his 2+ shots on goal as well.
Do Zellweger 2+ if you don't want to be overexposed to Sanderson, and then 2 on Zellweger.
Kulik, Rangers, 29th in shots on goal allowed. They allow the most to forwards. He's hit 9 of his last 10 at home, hit 9 of his last 10 overall as well. That's plus 144. So,
yeah,
probably going to add that to the card as well. Just Jake Sanderson night.
Back to the Utah game.
Yep.
I would go heavy on McKinnon props, especially with being back home. Utah side of things, I'll need a look to see if there's any
Cooley
sort of
point
there. I would maybe consider
Sergachev over 1.5 as a parlay piece.
No, I would not do the reg win, by the way.
Okay.
Utah has gone to overtime like 9 games this season.
Draw?
It's insane. Draw is actually kind of interesting here. They went to overtime last night. Look at their overtime losses. It's crazy.
Yeah. Ian Cole, 2.5 block shots.
Oh.
Mata, 1.5 block shots. Bukestad, 1.5 shots on goal. I know you took him the other night, Betsky. I don't know if that hit or not.
No.
Last night it did not.
He had 0 shots. I
did
not notice him like at all.
No, I know. That whole line stinks right now. They have 5 overtime losses. Nashville has 6. New York Rangers or Islanders have 7. So those are your 3 leading teams for overtime losses.
Would you look at Colton, 2.5 shots on goal?
I feel
maybe.
like Utah's not the best target though. They're like kind of middle of the pack, right?
Utah ranks 22nd in shots on goal allowed to forwards, 12th most to defensemen.
Wait, we're not assuming that Colorado has figured out their goaltending, right? I mean, I know they've been good the past 2 games, but it was against Pittsburgh and
fuck that.
Yeah.
Some guy was commenting on my Hughes Norris post today saying, "Oh, Colorado figured out their shit. Like you want to run it back or like walk back your comments." And I was like, I hardly think that Mackenzie Blackwood and Scott Wedgwood is like this great goaltending combination in this day and age. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? I'm sorry, but
are those
get lost?
Are those Stanley Cup goaltenders right there? Like,
I'm like,
what we're talking about.
Is it an upgrade over Georgiev and Annunen? Yeah, sure, I'll give you that all day. But do not tell me that because they shut down the Penguins like offense. Good for you guys. We figured it out. Yeah. Nah, get out of here. Black will be injured in like 2 weeks, and then they're gonna have to run that dude Minor in as the backup. Yeah, they're gonna run Wedgwood as a full-time starter.
Exactly, and we've seen how that goes when the backups take over a full-time role.
Yeah,
Lehkonen, Nichushkin, Point, Parlay. They've both been pretty good as of late.
Yeah, I like that. Well, wait, are they on the same line? The Nichushkin is finally heating up a little bit. I would almost want to do like Milstad and Nichushkin. That sounds gross, though.
Nope. Lehkonen's on that top line with McKinnon and Rantanen, and then it's Colton Milstad and Nichushkin on the second.
That changes like every game, though, guys.
I know.
Yeah, we've seen. Well, they'll also just post it 5 minutes before puck drop, too.
Yes, every time. And you're like, oh, Nichushkin's on the third line now.
All right, 2 games to go. Boston at Seattle.
Oh, guys, come on.
Fuck. Seattle minus 105, Boston minus 115, total set at 5.5.
Yeah, come on.
Do we go back to Montour, shots on goal?
No, he stinks now that Dunn's back.
Yep.
Yeah,
I can't trust it until I
power
see
play
it more.
too.
Yeah.
He got barely any run on the power play yesterday.
Yep. What I want is right fucking points. Give me them, books.
They have popped it randomly and then it goes away.
Give me Shane Wright points.
Yes, he's been heating up.
Important note is McCann got injured last game, so that really affects their offense. I know he hasn't been particularly like awesome this year, but still, it's that depth is going to be tested a little bit there. Dunn Point looks fantastic, though. I'll go back to that.
Yeah, I'll go to Dunn Point.
I
don't know what to think of the Bruins at this point. I mean,
yeah,
do they bounce back from that Winnipeg game or not?
This team's broken, man. I feel like.
So Marchand's hit his shots on goal mark in 7 of his last 9 away, and then Pavel Zacha has hit his shots on goal mark in 11 of his last 13 away. Zacha's at that 1.5, and Marchand's going to be at that 2.5. But some looks. Carlo, 1.5 block shots. Been a wagon as of late as well. McAvoy, 1.5 shots on goal.
McAvoy assists looks good too.
Yep.
7 assists and 7 versus them.
Yeah. Bjorkstrand and Shorts at that 1.5 shots on goal mark have been pretty good as of late. Also, their points haven't been bad. And then even Benier's shots on goal at that 1.5 mark has been pretty good too.
All right. Fair.
Boston did just lose 8-1 to Winnipeg.
I mean, I guess they could bounce back. It's not like Seattle's this juggernaut.
No.
Especially without what's his face?
Yeah, if McCann is out.
But would you take a side in this game? With the 14-game slate, I feel like there's no reason to force a bet on this one.
Yeah, no.
Maybe an under?
5.5, though. This is going to be the bonanza that nobody asked for.
Yeah. Pasta. It's all going to be guys you can't even just bet on.
No, it'll be Pasta 2 goals because nobody's even considering Pasta anymore because he just has been nothing. And, yeah.
Maybe Shane a point for a parlay piece, 1.5. I don't know. All right, last game of the night, Florida at Vancouver. Florida minus 155, Vancouver plus 130, total set at 6, juice the under at minus 118. Bennett points been great. Forsling at that 1.5 shots on goal mark. Rodriguez at that 1.5 shots on goal mark. Reinhart shots on goal, and maybe his point is a parlay piece. Kachuk point parlay piece. Verhaeghe point parlay piece. Pedersen point parlay piece. Garland point parlay piece. Kiefer Sherwood assist has also been pretty good. You could bet that as a straight, and then Pierre Suter assist has also been pretty good. That's what I had in this one.
Florida and reg.
Reinhart is from Vancouver and brings it.
Reinhart goal.
Reinhart shots on goal and goal.
5 goals and 7 versus them.
Love it.
I think Florida wins this game. Let's put it that way. Vancouver's been pretty terrible at home. 4-6-4. I don't know what it is at home. They can't get wins. So, and Florida, like historically, has been bad on the road, but they're 9-4-1 this year. So Florida is almost bettable at minus 155, but I'll take their in reg at plus 105.
Any other looks for tomorrow night?
No, but did we skip Tampa and Calgary?
We did for good reason.
We did.
Okay.
Unless there's a reason.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I had any plays listed on my sheet.
Huberdeau point for some reason. He's like back from the dead.
Also, he's got all the back in the day being an ice cat.
Gensel shots has been pretty decent. Rasmus Anderson 1.5, Hedman assist, Kucherov at 3.5, and then Ryan McDonough 1.5 block shots. He's better on the road, and Calgary has the 9th most shots on goal for this season. That's all I have. Any other thoughts on tomorrow's games or tonight? We did have our parlay. Ottawa Senators money line parlayed with Jake Sanderson 2+ shots on goal at DraftKings, which gets you to plus 106. You can use promo code THPN for $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Be sure to check them out. Also, if you are going to any games coming up, check out Game Time. You get $20 off your first purchase using promo code THPN as well. Closing thoughts.
One of my followers, Joey Rivaldo, just texted me or messaged me saying that Trocheck and Panarin were the last 2 off the ice tonight. So I don't know if that adds a little bit of zest to your chances of them being productive tonight, but there you go. Just a little something to think
Trocheck,
about.
Panarin, point
parlay.
stack.
If they can't be productive against the Sabres, I don't know who they're going to be productive against.
Nope. So shout out, Joey.
Yep. All right, we will post our parlay in the next 10 minutes before puck drop. So be sure to check that out. You can also follow us on social media, Franco the Banker on Instagram and X as well. I think all of us have an Instagram and X account. And then our podcast too, Expected Bets 4. Check out our Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Betsky, anything else before we wrap up here?
Nah.
Love it.
Let's have a better big ass slate tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We did yesterday.
That'd be fantastic.
That'd be sweet.
All right. We appreciate everyone for listening. We will be back Friday for our happy hour stream at 5:30. So come join us for that. Thank you again to the Hockey Podcast Network for hosting this show and Game Time and DraftKings. We appreciate everyone for listening, and we will talk